But here are some general basic facts about our work and about the two energies of magnetism. And I repeat, they are the two controlling energies of every one of us, of animal systems, and no telling what. Now, we know that to be a fact, 100%. And they can break it down, and they can do all kinds of things with all kinds of energies, and all energies, in a sense, are important. But these two magnetic energies are the two controlling energies of our life, whether we like it or not. And they may be, of course, you can't check everything. They may be the two controlling energies of all matter. Everything we check an application on, they're there. I'm jumping ahead on something, but if you can't detect them, it's because you don't have the correct instrumentation to detect them. They're there. In the center of a bar magnet, there's no measurable magnetism. Yet the center of that bar magnet is so strong, it will change one magnetism to another. But that center of that bar magnet is more powerful, more strong, and more magnetic energy than you can measure either on the south or north pole of a magnet. South pole magnetism gives strength, vitality, growth to living systems, including bacteria and microbes. Now, of course, you do not want to use South Pole on yourself, as it will increase your bacteria, incur or hasten cancer and other serious problems, even scramble your brain, and will cause death. It is my personal opinion. I have some facts to back it up, but it's an opinion that when we die a natural death, it is because we have been killed in our system of South Pole magnetism. A point I mentioned last year that amino acids, the building blocks of life, in your system, when you are alive in this physical body, these amino acids move counterclockwise, assisted by North Pole energy in your system. When your physical body dies, the amino acids change into South Pole and spin clockwise. Interesting point. South Pole magnetic water is dangerous to drink. Can cause you a lot of serious problems. You know, you can get away for a while with doing this. Right now in our environment, the reason that North Pole magnetic water and energies are so desirable for all of us is because we live in an environment of South Pole magnetic energy, which is bad for us. And it's getting worse in the environment and just mechanics and just about every new thing that seems to come along that helps civilization or progress has South Pole magnetism in it one way or another. And it's affecting us, and it is not good, definitely, for our health. If any one of you could count, now South Pole magnetism will increase bacteria in you. If any one of you could count the number of bacteria in your body, it would be a total aggregate amount of all the population that ever existed on the face of this earth. This is the age of bacteria, not of humans. So we have to be extremely careful about how we take care of ourselves. And it's not new for me to tell you that new diseases are coming back. The environment is going to blazes. A lot of things are happening, are going to happen because of the way this earth is, that we thought we got rid of. TB and maybe the plague. I've read a report where they're concerned about the plague coming back, things of that nature. You don't kill these viruses. You just make them shut up for a while. Then you make the conditions ready again, they're back. The North Pole magnetic energy is healing energy. It can slow down and even eliminate such problems as cancer if used properly. It can slow down the aging process, strengthen the immune system, and give you a better and calmer thinking and reasoning mechanism when used properly. Generally, South Pole expands, North Pole contracts. There are exceptions, but fundamentally this specific holds true. For an example of possible future use in this principle of contraction and expansion, I refer to a recent book called The Physics of Star Trek by renowned physicist Lawrence Krauss and a foreword by the most distinguished Stephen Hawking. Publisher, Basic Books, Division of HarperCollins, Publishers Incorporated. By the way, I don't get any commission on this. Pages 54 and 55. For space travel, quote, "The idea is not to use any sort of rocket at all for propulsion, but instead to use space-time itself by warping it," unquote. The idea is straightforward. If space-time can locally be warped so that it expands behind a starship and contracts in front of it, then the craft will be propelled along with the space it is in and never locally travel faster than the speed of light. You know, there's a lot of difficulty in high-minded physics about nothing travels faster than the speed of light. I'll have a little something more to say, but this is a way you don't have to do that, see. Because the light will be carried along with the expanding wave of space. Now, unquote. Now, this, of course, would eliminate such problems as not traveling faster than the speed of light, clocks slowing down near the speed of light, starbase wouldn't be there when you came back, the prohibitive fuel requirements. By the way, when physicists say nothing can travel faster than the speed of light, you may find them admitting that as the universe expands on the far out end, it has to be expanding faster than the speed of light. Obviously, something is incorrect somewhere. Consider, if where we are physically, we measure speed of light, how can there be expansion without speed greater than light? I like to throw out little things like this occasionally. I might have some people disagree with me. We'll see me atmosphere. North and south magnetic energies are the controlling energies of any living system. If you can't discover this, you're not using the correct measure and instrumentation. And by the way, it may not be available for you. It may not even be made. Interesting point, and I don't want to get off too far. I want to leave some time for questions and answers. I was working in the #1 research lab of the country, which is the New Jersey Institute of Technology for bioremediation. And they had a lot of beautiful equipment in there. And you could estimate as well over $1 million worth of equipment. And that's one of the reasons that I'm so happy I'm working with major universities now, because I can't afford all this equipment I need to do things. So I asked the gentleman, Dr. Sam Sofer, because Davis and I had the same problem of what I asked him. I said, well, you got a lot of good equipment in here. How much of this did you have to make yourself because you couldn't find it? He said, over half of it. You see, when you make a new discovery sometimes, well, there's no instrument out there maybe can show what you've done because you've made a new discovery. And you might have to make the darn instrumentation to prove what you did. Yeah, so it's not unusual. Universities that make discoveries, scientists quite often have to make instrumentation to determine what it is. Oh, they know in their mind what they did, or from different experiments, but to prove scientifically what it is they've done. Any application, bioremedial, biomedical, water, soil, fuels, others. Since the two magnetic energies are the controlling energies in nature, if you don't consider them in the application you're doing, you will make mistakes in your analysis as well as not develop the full potential of your project.